Hello! Tonight I'm going to give a much requested tutorial on how to make those big, fun, chunky arm knit blankets. So the first thing that you're going to need is arms. No needles required here, although you can absolutely do it on giant needles. Some people use broomsticks. I've seen PVC. The bigger your yarn and the bigger the stitches you want, the bigger makeshift needles that you need. So if you know basic knitting, you might consider getting some big sticks of some kind. Dowel rods would work too, and doing it that way. The arms are great just because it kind of takes away the process of knitting. You just kind of move loops around, and so for people that don't knit, it's definitely the way to go. But I tend to like the needles just because when you're knitting on your arms, you can stop in the middle, but I find that I just want to power through and be done. So you need to either set yourself up with a way to kind of save it, or like a stick or something to put it on if you want to take a break, or set aside a good hour or two watching a good movie or something where you can just finish the whole thing in one sitting. So with that, I'm excited to show this one. I know people love these things. They're so expensive to buy. The downside of this project is the yarn's still kind of expensive, but you can definitely do better than what the blankets sell for. So I'm going to be using this Yarn Bee #big is the name of the yarn. Everything's a hashtag now. The color is warm cotton. I have used very similar yarn before, but it was a bit bigger. We're going to give this one a try and see how it turns out. The problem with arm knitting is that because your arms are so big compared to most knitting needles, it makes really big stitches, and so you need really big yarn, which just equates to expensive. So we'll see how this goes, and hopefully it will work well. The other thing I'll say about this yarn, it's from Hobby Lobby, by the way. You're going to want to wait for 30% off week, or use a 40% off coupon, because it is $20 a skein. But you get 120 yards of this stuff in the big skein, so that's the cheapest I've ever found, this thick of stuff. What I will say about it is that it sheds like a mofo. So I gave these out last year for Christmas. I'm kind of scared to ask if anybody hasn't burned theirs yet, because as I made them, I just was covered in little fuzzies. So my hope is that it kind of gets that out of its system and doesn't shed like that forever, but it might. But it sure looks cute on a bed, or thrown over a chair, or ottoman, or couch. So here we go. Buyer beware.